Good morning, evening, afternoon, I'm Cat. Welcome to my channel. Today we're playing Dragon Age Origins. Previously in Lothering, I did lots of Lothering quests, took out some bears. I got Stin, a Canary who killed a bunch of people and then gave himself up and was starving in a cage that I almost used violence to get. I met Liliana, who I also used violence to get but backed off and didn't use violence. For reasons. I really wanted to use the violence, but I didn't. I'm a good girl. And we did lots of quests together. And we are going to talk to our teammates. And I also made Alistair angry and then made him not angry. And yeah. That's pretty much it. So, today I'm going to talk to all my teammates. I'm sure they have a lot to say. We're going to have a look around Lothering. Because it sounds like, if I move on, I won't be able to come back. Because I got pretty close to the edge and Morgan was, if you want to go further, we cannot turn back, or something to that extent. So, yeah. And I haven't talked to people in a while. It seems like they have new dialogue. Who are you barking at, my good boy? Alright, so yeah, we'll start with Morgan.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Never mind.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to discuss something personal.
We are hardly alone, so privacy is not an option. It is your question, however. Ask what you will.
I don't want to say any of those things. Never mind. I don't want to say she's a heartless shrew, and I don't want to ask her why she's here. I know why she's here. Song of Valor. Was there anything else?
What do you wish of me?
Nothing?
Yes?
You I know the least about. What do you know of this place?
Lothering? I think it started as a settlement by the river, and then grew when it became the place where two roads met. There are always people in Lothering, but many are just passing through.
Let's talk about something else.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
This vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell. And the darkness drew me in.
What then? So it's just a dream? Why say it's a vision? You dreamed of the blight? That doesn't mean anything. What then?
When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rosebush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
It's just wishful thinking. And this makes you want to help me? Did you hear voices? I don't need your Maker interfering in my life. And this made you want to help me?
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything?
The chantry says the Maker has left us. The blight is the Maker's punishment. Will you defy him? I suppose I couldn't sit by either. The blight is the Maker's punishment. Will you defy him?
I don't know. He made this world. He could destroy it. But there is so much worth saving. You're such a pessimist.
She disapproved of that. I need to know that if we come across something that happens, and you're not going to...
Yes?
You're not going to be, my God is an awesome God he is, and then stab me, okay? That's what that is. I like to talk.
Well, here I am.
What's life like in the chantry, cloister?
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
Condescending? How so? Yes, they tend to be self-righteous. That's why I'm not particularly fond of them. Condescending? How so?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
I don't really want the Maker looking in on me anyway. What do you say to them? I prefer your ideas to the ideas of the chantry. But you must earn the Maker's blessing. I prefer your ideas to the ideas of the chantry.
Thank you. Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
Well, she liked that. Ugh.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
What would someone like you be doing loitering and loitering and Lothering's chantry? That's a bit judgy. But for me it's a compliment. What would someone like you be doing in Lothering's chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
You just don't seem to belong in a cloister. You know, a beautiful, charming woman like yourself. Sanctimonious, preachy, like all other chantry zealots. They don't teach you how to fight in the cloister, do they?
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
What did you do before that? Affirmed? Affirmed?
We affirm our belief in the Maker, in Andraste and the chant, but other than that, there are no vows taken.
What did you do before that?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Let's move on.
No, I want to ask you more things.
Yes?
Liliana, you are fascinating.
Well, here I am.
I mean, yeah, I'll talk to Stin too, but...
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Can I ask her about all of these? There was another story I wanted to hear. Do you know any Ferelden legends?
I know one, told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth?
Yes, I've heard of Flemeth. Flemeth Morgan's mother was called Flemeth. I had met Flemeth in the Kakari Wilds.
Are you sure? Was she the Flemeth of legend? Flemeth, the devourer of men? Flemeth, mother of witches? Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists?
What does it matter? She didn't really introduce herself as such. She looks like your average woman. They probably just had the same name. She didn't really introduce herself as such.
Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you.
She like Baba Yaga. Tell me the whole story.
Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his wife. Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing she practiced her art. And then one day a young poet named Osen came to the castle. Flemeth was captivated by Osen's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love.
Ooh, the plot thickens. What happened then?
Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Kokari wilds with the Chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Osen entered Highever, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle ran red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn, she stole back to the wilds to plot and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many Chasing men, and with their help begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Kokari wilds.
Tell me about darkspawn.
Chantry lore says it is man's pride that created the darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinder Imperium ruled much of the world we know. In their pride, they thought their magics invincible and imagined that they were greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator. But they were impure and full of sin, and it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris.
Know any stories from Orlais?
Of course, Orlesians enjoy telling stories. I shall tell you my favorite tale of Aveline, the Knight of Orlais.
Oh, I don't know that one. That sounds interesting. Actually, I don't have time for that. That sounds interesting.
A long time ago, a girl child was born to a farmer. He had hoped for a son, not a daughter, and so he told his wife to abandon the child in the woods. Before the cold could claim her, the baby was found by a tribe of Dalish elves who took pity on the poor mewling thing and raised her as their own. Aveline, for that is what they called her, grew strong and quick and clever under the guidance of the elves. She learned to wield the sword as well as any man, could kill a deer with an arrow at 100 paces, and was as graceful on the back of a horse as she was on foot.
Saw that coming. Perhaps we could continue this later, at a later date. Continue, please.
Aveline's Dalish guardians saw that she could easily best any Orlesian chevalier in battle, and wanted to show the cruel humans the child they had left to die. They bestowed upon her a fine horse and armor, and sent her to prove herself to her people in the grand tourney.
Yes.
Now, in those days, no woman was allowed to take up arms, let alone compete in the grand tourney, but Aveline kept her helmet on and was not discovered.
Did she win the tourney? Go on.
Aveline won many events and gained the approval of the adoring crowd. Eventually, she came face to face with the knight Kaleva in the grand melee. Aveline had already bested him in the joust, and Kaleva was determined not to lose a second time. Out of desperation to regain his honor, Kaleva tripped Aveline and tossed her to the ground, ripping off her helmet as he did so. Silence fell upon the arena as Aveline was revealed. Kaleva declared the previous competitions invalid. A woman had taken part, and this was not allowed. But the crowd cheered for Aveline. Kaleva was furious, for he had lost to a woman and was now being shamed. Blinded by his rage, he forced Aveline to her knees. "Know your place, woman," cried he, and slit her throat.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
The son of the king, Prince Freyan, was present. He recognized Aveline's skill and bravery and began to see the injustice done to the women in his land. When he was made king, he rewrote the laws of Orlais so that women could also become chevalier. He honored Aveline and knighted her after her death. And to this day, any female who is knighted reveres Aveline the Brave, for she is the patron of all women chevalier.
And now the darkspawn, Plymouth again. There was another story I wanted to hear.
Which one?
Do you know anything about the Dalish?
I have heard a little about how the elves gained their freedom from the Tevinter Imperium. When Andraste began her exalted march against the Imperium, the elves joined her cause to fight their masters. The great elven leader, Shatan, born in captivity, rose up to lead his people. He foresaw a future where the elves were free. Shatan was killed when Andraste was betrayed, but the elves continued to fight, eventually breaking free of the Imperium. The elves claimed the Dales in the south and settled there in a land of their own.
It didn't last.
The elves lived in the Dales for centuries. They resurrected the worship of the elven gods and would allow the building of no chantry. This angered the chantry, and the hostility between the two factions finally broke out in open war. The chantry says the elves struck first, but I do not know whether to believe it. The chantry declared a wholly exalted march against the elves, named for Andraste's similar march against Tevinter. During the exalted march of the Dales, the elven cities were sacked, and the elven state completely dissolved. Some of the elves bitterly accepted their fates and surrendered to human rule, living in the human cities as second-class citizens. But others, still fiercely proud of their heritage, refused to bow to the humans, and instead became homeless wanderers. They were the elves of the Dales, the Dalish.
What do you know about Andraste?
Andraste was the Maker's chosen. The Maker had long since abandoned the world when the sound of her singing turned his ear. Beauty, grace, and wisdom enraptured him, and he offered to take her from this flawed world to become his divine bride. But Andraste had an earthly husband and would not forsake him. Instead, she beseeched the Maker to return to his people once more. So earnest was her plea that the Maker was moved, and promised that he would create a paradise on earth if all abandoned their false gods and turned once more to him. And this is why Andraste began her exalted march on the idolaters of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker granted her his powers with which to smite her enemies. Andraste brought the Imperium to its knees, and her victories converted many to the worship of the Maker.
Sounds like magic! How did Andraste die?
Alas, it was the frailties of men that betrayed and killed Andraste. Her earthly husband, Maferath, a chieftain of the Alamari tribes himself, grew jealous as his wife's popularity and influence overshadowed his own. She was also revered as the Maker's betrothed, and Maferath began to see their own bond waning in significance as Andraste became ever more devoted to the Maker. Out of envy and spite, Maferath made a pact with the Archon Hysarian of Tevinter, allowing his beloved Andraste to be ambushed and captured. Andraste was burnt at the stake in Minrathous, the capital of Tevinter.
But Tevinter has a chantry, doesn't it?
The Tevinter chantry claims that in Andraste's last moments, Hysarian's heart softened, and he heard the voice of the Maker telling him to end her suffering. He plunged his sword into her heart, and as her blood washed over his hands, he became one of the faithful. Dissenters said that the Archon only converted because he could not stem the tide of Andraste's cult, and was forced to do so to stay in power. We will never know for sure.
Let's just move on. Yeah, that's... Poor elves. They fought alongside to get their freedom and land. They get their land. And then the chantry's like, we want that. And then I was like, no, this is ours. You got yours. Can we build on it? No. This is ours. We don't have that. And they're like, well then die. And then and now they're just spread around. Oh, they're like, well, okay. Oh wait, does Alistair have new stuff? I'm afraid to talk to him and disappoint him.
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
Oh, there's new stuff. There must be new stuff about the Grey Wardens. Tell me about the Grey Wardens.
Such as they are.
Oh, there's lots of new stuff about the Grey Wardens. Okay. Nom nom. I'm just gonna shift it so I don't have to lean. There we go. Where are the nearest Grey Wardens from here?
That's a good question. There's plenty in Orlais, but who knows where they might be found. And the nearest Orlesian city is weeks away. If we go north and cross the sea, there's bound to be some in the Free Marches. Again, however, I just don't know where. I don't know anything about Grey Wardens in other lands.
Okay. Is there a headquarters somewhere? So what happens now that there's just two of us? Will we need to start rebuilding the order? What would happen if we just left? No more questions. Is there a headquarters somewhere?
Here in Ferelden, there's our compound in Denerim at the palace, but that's it. Loghain will have control over that and be watching it, no doubt. Beyond that, the only place I know of is Weishaupt Fortress. That's the headquarters of all Grey Wardens in the Anderfells, 1,000 miles from here, but I've no idea how to even contact them. So unless we try to get back to the compound in Denerim, I suppose the answer is no. There's nowhere for us to go.
Got it. So what happens now that there's just two of us?
I imagine that eventually the Grey Wardens outside of Ferelden will wonder what's happened. Why there's no contact from Duncan or someone. They'll send someone eventually. Though who knows what Logain's people in Denerim will tell them. Maybe they won't send anyone. We could try to contact them. But that would mean leaving Ferelden, and even if we did, they couldn't come back with us in time to stop the blight. So that means whatever happens, it's up to us.
Well, we need to start rebuilding the Order.
I mean, eventually we would have to use the joining to make more Grey Wardens, right? But I don't know how to do the joining, or what's involved. I know it involves lyrium and some other magic, and that it's really difficult to prepare, but that's it. Unless we can find out more about the joining, I guess we better get used to the idea that there might only be two of us for now. Until more come from elsewhere.
I have no more questions. I'm not going to ask what would happen if we just left.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
Oh, never mind. What was that? What now? Why do you hate me now? Did you hate me? I don't know, he just poofs. Okay. Now I'm paranoid. Okay, well, that was fine. That was fine. Morgan's at 25. Liliana's at 4. What about dog? What does dog feel? Dog just loves me. It loves me. Dog just loves me. I can walk around this dog, can't I? I'm a dog. I'm a dog. Bark, 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 I'm a dog. Can I talk to people as a dog?
Please, we came here to get away from the fighting.
I want to go home.
But look, I'm a dog. I am bigger than this child. My goodness. I like how the dog's not even barking.
You freed that creature from its cage. Do you honestly think we need more killers on the loose?
He's not on the loose. He's in an invisible space somewhere. You can't even see him. Alright, I'm gonna run around the town and figure out if I missed some stuff. So I'm gonna start from here and just work my way up. Actually, I want to start from the tavern and work my way up, because I feel like I did not explore the tavern. And there's always stuff in a tavern, right? I look for lock boxes, but I didn't really talk to people because I had a goal in mind.
Ha! You see them soldiers run like frightened children.
Okay. I apologize. There's like a skip thing. So OBS decided to just crash on me. And I didn't realize it because it looked like it was running, and then I looked and it's still stuck on the guy while I'm already talking to this guy. I like to take a look. And I'm just, I'd like to take a look.
Thank you. When you've completed a mission...
So what I want to do is I'm going to restart. And go straight to here so you guys can see me finding this guy. Well, I mean, where he is. He's in an interesting place. I did not see him. Like, that's why I go back to places. Especially with my new friend, the tab button.
Well, all right.
So can...
I gotta step in some more. Yeah, he's just like all the way in the corner over here.
As I live and breathe, you're the Grey Warden everyone's been talking about.
Is there something I can do for you?
I represent the Blackstone Irregulars. We're a mercenary company that fell on hard times after the war with Orlais. I'm sure you know that times are getting worse every day. With your help, the Irregulars could be of use to Ferelden once more.
Why should I help you?
The Blackstone Irregulars fought alongside the King's army against Orlais. We've helped nobles defend their land and given our service to people in need for generations. Our current captain, Raelnor, is an honorable man who sees that we can do some good in Ferelden once more. He is so confident in our mission that he trusted the Grey Wardens would support us.
How can I be of service?
Our leaders thought you might be willing to help. Each of our posts in Ferelden will contain letters addressed to you. Unlike most who work with us, you're getting letters straight from Raelnor and Tauran, our leaders. I hope this tells you how highly the Irregulars regard the Grey Wardens.
I'll take a look.
Thank you. When you've completed a mission, just return to me or any of our members stationed at an Irregulars post. We'll make sure your efforts are rewarded. Maker's blessings light your path.
Your maker lights your blessings. Okay. So, you got to see it. I feel like my character's real feeling herself and her not being in the circle. She's like, I don't have to be what the humans want me to be. I can go back to being Dalish now. I think that I noticed that at least hasn't come up yet. When I was talking to our little elf friend in the circle, he asked me where I was from, and I said Lothering. Right? Nothing has come up about that. I supposedly know a little bit about this place already. Bart!
Please, I must continue playing, else I earn no coin tonight.
I'm scared. When are we going home?
I hear those bandits are back again. Why don't the Templars kill them?
They're back. Didn't I kill them? Okay. You know what I think it is? I think I is just easier for me to click than J. Okay. Quest? Or is it notes? Letter from Blackstone Irregulars. A letter written in careful script addressed to you. To the inimitable Grey Warden. Your deeds have spread since the tragedy of Ostagar, and I find myself in need of one such as you. I am Raelnor, captain of the venerable Blackstone Irregulars, and I hope to win your trust. The Irregulars have come on hard times since the war with Orlais, but have fought to improve their reputation. Gone are the days of my father's shady deals with unscrupulous nobles and Dinnerum. No, I have trained guild filled with honorable men ready to fight for Ferelden, and I am proud to say that I have seen you own Grey Wardens as a sort of model. We are not perfect. My own son advocates a move back to the more lucrative way. My father ran the guild, but we are steadfast. It is in this context that I ask for your help, and I promise we will reward you accordingly. Should you be willing, please find letters this box and others like it all over the land and carry out the requests therein. For this matter, consider requests from my son as if they came from myself. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Whether you choose to assist us or not, you are doing the Maker's work, Warden, and I am honored to work with you, Raelnar. This letter is marked with the seal of the Stone Irregulars. Okay, that's not... Is there an item that you gave me?
Maker's blessings upon you, Warden.
Oh. Okay. Cool. I guess he didn't tell me to look for a box. Okay. Scraping the barrel. My friend, there are a number of people who pledged to aid the Blackstone Irregulars in this time of need. Those times are now. Here you'll find 3 letters of conscription. Deliver them to the people listed below and return to the irregulars for your payment. Should any of these people refuse, do what you must to get them to honor their oaths. Conscripts. Denarl Garrison in Redcliffe. Hatter Gritch in Lothering. Barrel. Okay, so this is going to be across. There's only one. No. There's only one in here. Oh yeah, sure. Sounds a little forceful. They could. Maybe I'd be like, well, if you don't want to join them, you can join me in the Grey Wardens. You won't be an actual Grey Warden yet. I don't know how to do that, but you'll be a Grey Warden in name and name alone. You won't have special powers against the darkspawn or anything or whatever we're able to do with the darkspawn. Apparently we can feel them, but you won't have that. But you'll have the title. And really, that's all anyone cares about. Dereliction of duty. Down and deal with deserters. Do this, and you will be rewarded. These deserters took with them valuable supplies crucial to the Irregular's future as a supplier of martial services. Deal with these wastes of space as you see fit, and bring the supplies back as proof that the problem has been dealt with. We will ask no questions as to your methods or the final condition of the deserters. Use your own discretion. You will likely find them in the following locations: Samael, Lake Galahad, Layson, Dinnerum, Tornus, Frostback Mountains. I mean, I'll accept it. And none of those people are in here. Are they gonna show up on my map? Ah, yes, I'm inside the tavern, so.
What do you wish of me?
Never mind.
I hear there isn't even...
So am I just supposed to run around Lothering, trying to find him? I'm going to look for inside
really
place.
Darkspawn down south. It's all Grey Warden work.
They're a devious lot, that's for sure.
I want to look for inside places first, because it narrows things down. I don't think the game would be so mean as to hide somebody. Like, they might be. But I've talked to so many of these refugees, and I haven't seen anybody. Because I've been running around looking for quests. So... he wasn't in the bar. So that leaves the chantry. If he's not in the chantry...
let me get this straight. You were a cloistered sister?
You must have been a brother before you became a Templar, no?
I never actually became a Templar. I was recruited into the Grey Wardens before I took my final vows.
Do you ever regret leaving the Chantry?
No, never. Do you?
Yes. You may not believe it, but I found peace there. The kind of peace I've never known.
It used to get so quiet at the monastery that I would start screaming until one of the brothers came running. I would tell them that I was just checking. You never know, right?
No, I never did anything like that. I enjoyed the quiet.
Suit yourself. The look on their face was always priceless.
Oh, he was a nightmare child. I was just checking. I'm fine, I was just bored. I wish it showed me the little boy. So I mean, I guess he did make it, because I did send, like, the thingy.
It's good to see you again, Sister Leliana.
Thank you, Sir Maron.
You two know each other? Of course you
Make
know
her
each
watch
other.
over you.
You guys are so much nicer that now that I have... no, well, you weren't, like, mean before, but you instantly was like, okay, we don't have beds, go away. Refugee. I assume it's gonna have his name, right? Refugee. Refugee. Book. There's a book over there? Where did book go? Sister, child, chanter. Book.
Well, all right.
I can't even talk to him. Hey, you! That was the name. And you weren't in here before, were you?
Yes? What can I do for you?
I have a letter for you from the Blackstone Irregulars. I have a letter for you from the Blackstone Irregulars.
I knew this time would come. I should have listened to my sister. Sure, sign the paper, she said. You'll enjoy some coin now, but they'll be back. I guess I'll see you on the front lines.
Oh. I'm sorry, I thought you were gonna fight me or something. I was prepared for a battle of wits. Don't mind me, I'm just seeing if there's anything in here I should steal. Well, I found them. I guess I should return to the thing. I was right, this game is not that mean. Hopefully the other ones will be easy to find.
I'm wondering, Morrigan, do you believe in the Maker?
Certainly not. I've no primitive fear of the moon, such that I must place my faith in tales so that I may sleep at night.
But this can't all be an accident. Spirits, magic, all these wondrous things around us, both dark and light. You know these things exist.
The fact of their existence does not presuppose an intelligent design by some absentee father figure.
So it is all random then. A happy coincidence that we are all here.
Attempting to impose order over chaos is futile. Nature is, by its very nature, chaotic.
I don't believe that. I believe we have a purpose. All of us.
Yours, apparently, being to bother me.
You're not going to preach to everybody on the trip, are you? I mean, I'm cool with you sharing your religion, because, like, that's a big part of who you are. But let's not try to convert everybody we see. Not everyone's going to enjoy that. I don't know if I have to tell him each time I find one, but I feel like it's right. And I feel like I need to talk to the sister.
Maker's blessings upon you, Warden.
I found one.
I am trying to listen to the bard's song. Can we speak once they finish?
Bard's not singing.
You freed that creature from its cage. Do you honestly think we need more killers on the loose?
You know, I can't be mad at them for them being mad at me, honestly.
We were lucky. We had the coin to pay the toll to those bandits.
But I still don't have food to sell.
Tell me what you got. I got 3 gold now. I'm so rich. I'm the richest. Reduces hostility plus 10 physical resistance. If they're less hostile, they're less likely to attack me. And physical resistance, a lot of them attack me with their hands. Yeah. He could use the money as well. I was rich. Alright, I think I've done everything. I don't know if I have.
Neighbor fled the city yesterday.
A pile of filth. Oh, elf fruit.
All right, I've come up with one. A question that you can't answer.
Are you talking to me?
That's right. You think you're so smart. I've got an academic question that I bet you won't be able to answer.
Oh, I doubt that.
So tell me then, what was the name of Andraste's husband?
This is a religious question.
She's
not
right.
An academic one.
You're joking, right? A
No.
5-year-old could answer that question.
It's still a
Do you
religious
not know more
question.
than a child?
I care nothing for your religion, and this game of yours is over.
Oh, how the mighty have crumbled.
No, she's right. That was a religious question. I'm sure if you asked a Dalish elf the same thing, they would have a similar response. Some elf fruit.
We done heard what was said. You're a warden. I don't know if you killed King Kalen, and make her forgive me, I don't care. But that bounty on your head could feed a lot of hungry bellies. Attack!
Dear. I don't want to do this. Yeah, what? Really? Do I have to? Did I did kind of say I was a Grey Warden, huh? Okay. I guess I'm just gonna have to fight them. I feel terrible about it, but that's not, the P is not for pause. Plus. Only one of them? You guys, there's already not that many of you. Do we have to fight? I'm just like murdering people. Didn't kill Logain. I'm just saying. Should have killed Logain's men. Would have felt better about things. But I am killing these refugees. Guys, I think he's dead. Don't. So, Alistair? Oh, so Lilian, how do you feel about that?
Yes?
Nothing, never mind. We're not gonna say anything. I just came out here to like look for stuff that I missed, you know? That's all I did. No one else is gonna say anything about that? Okay. I don't think I've actually been up here. I feel like there should be something up here. No! No! There's nothing up there. Can I actually go in? Knock knock? No? Landmark tree. What is a landmark tree? Other than a tree I can use as a personal landmark. I hear the sound of death. It just flies. Oh, chest.
And so I shall.
That's right, I didn't have Liliana before. All that for the leather helmet. Okay, so this doesn't take me out of Lothering. Okay, not allowed to go in that hole. What is this? He bounces around. You barking excitedly. Did you find anything interesting? Slightly dirty. Garmir seems to have found a slightly dirty pair of silk pantaloons. You don't expect me to wear these. Aha! One can never have too many pairs of pantaloons. Things. Yeah, you know, and I'm traveling. I don't want to wear the same pair of pantaloons. I can wash them, and now I have more pairs of pantaloons. Good boy. Who's my good doggy? Does your dog bring you pantaloons? No. I just feel like that's a thing. I always feel like things are things, and they're not always things, but sometimes they are things. So, that's the cage again. So I need to pay attention to my instincts. And now I'm leaving for real. I thought the out was that way, and it wasn't. So I do all these quests for these people. Killing bandits for them. Sick bears. And they still only trust Loghain. To be fair, if I was evil, I would definitely do nice things on occasion to make myself look like a good person. That way I can say what I'm currently saying. But that's not the point. But I hope Liliana knows that my character is a protagonist, not a hero. She's not going to spare all the people all the time. More mushrooms. I can make Mabari crunches with those. Now, I'm probably not going to, like, get super into making things. It's just because I need lyrium.
Hey, what's on now?
I have some questions.
Can't promise I'm gonna answer them.
I should go.
Don't let me stop you.
Yes, the grumpy farmer. Well then, how do I leave? Okay, let's Let's go back north. Cause that's where I got the "are you sure you want to leave" thing before. It's when I was going north. Oh, that's where the chantry is.
Someone help us!
Okay. What is this? Blood mage?
Lovely. Defend yourself!
Hopefully they attack us. I reckon they're gonna come over here, right? They're not paying attention to these guys? Okay. Tis what I was most concerned about. But I did put myself, like, in line of fire, which... Is the blood mage dead? Morgan, did I set you on fire? I'm sorry. Why is my dog the only one fighting the alpha? Liliana's after that one. Sometimes it just tells me no.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
Just how obliged exactly? I wasn't trying to save you, trust me. My dog is just there next to me. I love that dog. You're welcome.
The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
I doubt you want to travel with a Grey Warden. It's a bit complicated, but you're welcome to come along. I'm not going the same way, trust me. King's business, I'm pray. I'll be honest with you. I know I shouldn't tell everybody I'm a Grey Warden, but he couldn't take the things that I just killed, so if need be, I can just kill him if I have to. I doubt you want to travel with a Grey Warden.
Grey Wardens? My, that does rather explain a lot. No offense, but I suspect there's more excitement on your path than my boy and I can handle. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune, though.
Goodbye.
So, my game didn't bug. The wind blew and my power went out for a second. So, I'm back here. Now, I'm not going to go back gathering all the stuff that I found, because that's a lot, and it's not worth all that effort. I didn't like the outcome of that. I kind of want as many people to travel with me as possible. So I want to do the fight, and I'm going to choose different things.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
You're welcome.
The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
It's a bit complicated, but you're welcome to come along.
Complicated? Somehow I imagine that only says half of it. Thank you for the offer, but there may be more excitement on your path than is good for my boy and me. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
Can I persuade him to stay?
We'll be off as soon as this mess is cleaned up. Thank you kindly for all your assistance.
I mean, you know what? You know, I don't think there's anything I could do. What's this? Oh, it's a gift. I mean, it sucks, but I didn't tell him I was a Grey Warden, and it is dangerous. Do I? Wait, can I go this way? No.
Yes?
I didn't mean to talk to you.
We'll be off as soon as this mess is cleaned. Thank you kindly for all your assistance.
You're welcome. Aha. I just got turned around. Yes.
Bad dreams, huh?
Yeah. It seems so real. Must have been something I ate. Why are you bothering me? I'm fine. It seems so real.
Well, it is real. Sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the darkspawn. That's what your dream was. Hearing them. The archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
You know, I still would have joined, but it would have been nice if you told me all of these, like, things that come with being a Grey Warden. You know? Like, I'd have to drink some really crazy-ass Kool-Aid. And that Kool-Aid might kill me. And I want to have crazy-ass dragon dreams. But that I still would have joined, you know? Just wish I was told. The archdemon, is that the dragon? Why didn't Duncan tell everyone that? I understand why he didn't tell everyone that. No one would joy. Are these dreams going to happen a lot? Are these dreams going to happen a lot?
It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
Not frightened. Any other surprises I should know about? Gonna tell me earlier? Thank you, Alistair. I appreciate it. I want to say this. I want to, but I'll say thank you. Thank you, Alistair. I appreciate it.
That's what I'm here for. To deliver unpleasant news and witty one-liners. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Force field. Spirit activated. Range medium. Cooldown. A caster creates a telekinetic bear. Oh, that was party camp. I was reading my spells because it came up in the area over here. Well, I want to read that in the big. I also have some other things to read in the big. Adventures of the Black Box. Born Lord Remy Vascal in 863 Blessed, the Black Box was a dashing thief and rogue who went on to inspire so many tales of his exploits that it is nearly impossible to determine today which are true and which are merely fabricated legend. Despite coming from nobility, he has become something of a hero of the common people. I scrolled down too far. His initial exploits involved ridiculing the tyrannical and powerful lord of Valshevin. Wearing a mask, he would appear in public and disrupt the lord's plans to the point that the lord angrily put a huge bounty on the life of this cunning fox. The origin of the nickname, which stuck. That the primary bounty hunter who took the job, Carolus, ended up becoming Remy's lifelong partner in crime, only after nearly killing him several times. It is one of the most popular tales told in taverns today. The story is often exaggerated to make Remy appear initially buffoonish, until Carolus becomes so furious at the Black Fox's inexplicable ability to survive that the cunning Remy gains the upper hand, which impresses Carolus so much that the bounty hunter joins him. After years of terrorizing the Lord's men and foiling his tax collectors, a favorite pastime of Remy's, according to the Orlesian commoners, Remy was supposedly betrayed by his lover Servana de Montfort. In some versions of the tale, a mage of the circle, no less, and captured after more than a year of torture. Remy was rescued from prison by his compatriots, including a repentant Servana. There we go. And together they escaped Orlais. In this period of Remy's adventures, he appears almost everywhere in Thedas. As legend grew, more innkeepers and merchants were happy to claim that the Black Fox had visited their village or establishment and performed some legendary feat. If the tales are to be believed, Remy led the Lord's men on a merry chase. He became embroiled in political intrigue in Navarre, was hunted by the crows of Antiva, and then kidnapped by a powerful mage and Teventer. In each situation, Remy escaped death at the last moment, foiled the evildoer, and improved life for the poor and downtrodden. Then inevitably he rejoined his band of adventurers and moved on to the next land. His companions, Carolus and Savannah, the wise dwarf, Bolic, and the tempestuous knight, Sir Clementus, have each spawned their own individual legends over the years. The stories all agree that at some point the Black Fox disappeared. He and his fellow adventurers voyaged into the heart of the Arlethan forest, seeking the sunken city of the elves, and never returned. Many more are the tales that expand on what ultimately happened to them in that forest, and postulate on how they could someday be rescued. From the Adventures of the Black Fox by Gaston Geralt, 911 Dragon. Black Fox sounds cool. I could see like a bunch of people, a bunch of rogues being inspired by the Black Fox. You know, Robin Hood style. Party camp! See, this is what I was wondering about, because I've been getting presents and they're like, camp! I'm like, how do I fucking camp? Where's camp button? All of your party injuries are healed when you return to camp. Each party member can be found somewhere in the camp, making it an ideal location to hand out new equipment, give gifts, or talk. Quest related. Blackstone letters of conscription. You are receiving this letter because you or someone else placed your name on an article of conscription, thereby pledging your life to the Blackstone Irregulars. With war looming on all fronts, the Irregulars must build their numbers. We are forced to call upon those who have sworn their assistance to make good on those oaths. Say farewell to your friends and family. While you may return to them, you must prepare them for the possibility that this will be your last day together. Your sacrifice is appreciated. Tarragon. This letter is marked with a seal of the Blackstone Irregulars. Maleficarum regrets. I won't go back. Let them hunt and dread finding me. But you, Melis, should not live this life. It would please me if you found life in the Circle Tower. I left a few things there, mostly stolen from the enchanters. Sell them to find a new path. The cache is in the study area, the middle alcove. Goodbye. Belgrus. I understand, man. I get it. But you can't just go attacking merchants for no reason. Alistair has... What? Sandal? Sandal? Well, I know camp is interesting, but because a lot's gonna happen, I'm going to say, what is this a thing I can put stuff in? No, that's just a decorative bedroll. I hope there's a thing to put stuff in. That would be nice if I had a place to put like my extra goops and gobs, because that diamond, it just seems like a precious thing, and it's not a giant wheel of cheese. Okay then, sure. It'd be nice to have a place where I can put my stuff, because if not, inventory management's gonna be a bitch. So yeah, but anyways, we'll return to the camp and do camp stuff in the next episode. Until then, see you next time.